Hello and welcome to another episode of my Motogp 19 career mode, and today we're here for round 17 and 18 at the Australian Grand Prix and the Malaysian Grand Prix. So just to quickly have a look at the championship as it stands, we currently lead by 18 points ahead of Aaron Canet in second place, who just moved ahead of Lorenzo Dalla Porta in third, fourth Niccolo Antonelli and fifth Piyama Masia. It was a pretty good damage limitation episode really, in my opinion. We struggled a lot at Thailand, we struggled a lot at Japan really, and we managed to get as close to the other two as we could, which has allowed us to actually keep a pretty healthy lead coming into this round. Obviously with 3 races to go, if we manage to beat them in this one and then in Malaysia, we could wrap up the championship at Malaysia, which should be quite nice. Hopefully we can try and do that, but I feel like from what I've heard, Australia is a very good track for the AI, so it looks like maybe we could be in a bit of, a slight spot of bother. So if we have a look at the team championship, we finally moved down from 3rd to 4th in the championship in the last episode. Leopard Racing not quite comfortable at the top anymore. Best of Capital Dubai have really hunted them down, and there's only 4 points in it now. 658 squadron course, 3 races, 42 points for 2 riders. That's pretty doable. So they could definitely be within a shout. And same with us really at Common Gracini Moto3. Although I feel like we're probably not going to be able to because at the races where I'm struggling, we're losing lots of points, but my teammates aren't pulling their way to any of the races. So I think my teammate's highest finish has been about 6th. So considering I've won quite a few races this season, yeah, not too good for them. So without further ado, we'll head into Q1 at Australia, because there's no point doing practice because it just puts you in Q1 anyway, so it just wastes a set of tyres. So we'll head into Q1 and hopefully we should get through to Q2. So here we are then in the garage for Q1. We'll advance. We may as well go straight onto the circuit. So like I was saying, apparently this is a pretty strong track for the AI here, well, the Moto3 AI anyway, which would be a bit of a contrast to last season. Well, last year they were pretty bad at this track on the last year's game. If you remember, anytime anyone did a video on there, you pretty much always won. They were very slow, ridiculous. Like you could actually go from last to first in about a lap, which obviously you can do that. So they're not like incredibly slow. They're not like Austin slow where you can do it in like a sector, but yeah, it's not great. So we've got to try and do the quickest lap we can. Obviously, this is my first lap on the game all day as well. First lap at this circuit as well. It's not. I don't dislike the circuit, but it's not one of my best ones, I must say. A lot of swooping corners, which aren't really my style. I'd say I'm a bit more start-stop, but then I don't like the start-stops either. I like to have a healthy mixture, and some flowing corners are okay, but the ones they have here I tend to struggle out a little bit. So we'll see where we are at the end of this lap. Obviously we are going red at the minute, but we are the first person. There is someone in front of us who I think might be on an outlap, because it looks like we might be catching them a little bit. You never know. I think it's our teammate Riccardo Rossi actually, so even if he was on a flying lap we'd probably catch him, because the races we're struggling at, compared, obviously earlier on in the season, races we were struggling, qualifying near the back, whereas races we're struggling now are like, still like mid top 10, so like top 5-ish, sort of battling for that. So it's not so bad. I just hope we don't have a Magello style race, because that could be really the end of our championship charge. Even though we've got a big lead, we could lose the whole thing really if we have a Magello style race again. Because knowing our luck, if we have a bad race like 20th or 30th again, yeah, Lorenzo Dalla Porta or Aaron Canet will win the race. So yeah, we got to keep bringing home the good results. I might do a few laps here in Q1 as well, just to get acclimatised with the circuit, because obviously this lap could be enough to get through, but I want to be on the pace for Q2, so we'll do a few more laps just in case. On towards the line, we didn't catch up to Riccardo Rossi massively, so a 1 minute 40.0, I don't know if that's any good, probably not, but we will find out. Alright, out the last corner we come now, hopefully it should be enough to get us through to Q2. All towards the line. Yep, fastest by 31 pounds per second there, and that was just in time as well. The flag has literally just come out, so that was perfect timing really to do that lap. So yeah, let's head on into Q2 and hopefully we can try and do a good qualifying result there. So in the end then, we were first, 31 thousandths ahead of Ramon Fenati in second, Tatsuki Suzuki in third, we're only 66 thousandths ahead of him, and then fourth for Raul Fernandez there. So those are, well, we are the 4 that are going through. So let's head into Q2 and hopefully try and replicate that lap. We are kind of running out of tyres, but I do have one fresh rear tyre for Q2, which is fine, so it's not too bad. I'll probably go on maybe on the scrub tyre for... Well, actually, I'll just go on the new tyre and just try and replicate a lap if I can. Try and get a tow maybe, and, try and get as high up the grid as we can. We've got to start well here. We have to start well here. So we are coming into the garage once again now for Q2. Luckily we did just get through to Q2 at the death of the session there, which means it should probably have some pretty decent pace, because obviously the whole thing with the Q1, Q2, it kind of works, but then it also kind of doesn't. There's not a massive disparity between the lap times, which I suppose it's not really in real life either, but in terms of like what the people in Q1 can do, are pretty close to what the people at the top of Q2 can do. So if you can get pole in Q1, you probably set off pretty well for Q2. But yeah, we'll head out onto the track now, and hopefully at the end of the lap we've done a good lap. On towards the line, it's going to be a much better lap than before. 39.4, that's 8th place. That's much better than what I expected, so that's better than much better than 18th. So on the medium rear, we've really come in clutch there. So we're now to 9th already, so I'm going to end the session before the AI set more time to bump me down even further. So then in the end, Aaron Canet is on pole, 94 1,000ths of a second ahead of Niccolo Antonelli in 2nd place, 3rd for Lorenzo Dalla Porta, 4th for Yama Masia, 5th for Andrea Mino, 6th for Marcos Romero, 7th for Tatsuki Suzuki, 8th for Jakob Kornfall. I'm in 9th, and in 10th it is Tony Arbolino. So once again, we've not managed to achieve the objective of the 2nd row, but yeah, we have been struggling quite a bit with that. And I assume this race will probably be a bit more of a hard uphill struggle once again. So without further ado, let's head into the race and hope we can try and improve on this ninth position.
It was a long weekend for the Moto3 riders, but finally the showdown is here. We're coming to you from the starting grid. There's just a few minutes to go before the race begins.
So then, if we change the tyres, so you can see how much I took out of that medium. It's down to 84%, and I'm saying it's a medium tyre. It's a lot to lose on one lap. We have really gone through some tyres this weekend. Obviously, Q1 we had to use quite a few sets, and I'm really glad that the medium sort of gave me a decent amount of grip at the end. It didn't kick out into MG. It's the last sector where we lose all the time, because when I was braking down the hill for MG, I was 3/10 off pole, 3. So, you know, that's where we're losing all the lap time, is in the last sector. We're only 3/10 off pole, which wasn't too bad. So yeah, obviously 9th place on the grid, not great, not horrendous. It was much better than what I thought it was going to be with like 10 minutes ago when I was in Q1, struggling to get out. So yeah, without further ado, like I said, let's start the race and just try and get off to the best start we can.
Engines are fired, the riders are ready. Just a few moments to go, and another Australian Grand Prix will begin here at Phillip Island.
So Dalla Porta and Canet both on the front row. I really hope they lose some time, but I feel like it's not going to happen. I just need to really get off to a good start and go with the leaders here. Oh, we actually have got a good start for once, so we've got the rare opportunity that gives you a good start. I don't know how to activate that, by the way. It just happens randomly. It is really, really weird that like you actually just get a lucky chance of actually getting a decent start. It's a little bit weird, and I just get given more power to the engine, it seems. But we're almost at the inside of Dalla Porta already. We couldn't quite make it there. We can't lose places through the southern loop. We have to keep the throttle in there. Dalla Porta's lost loads of places. We've got to get the inside of Dalla Porta. We're in front of Dalla Porta now. We're pushing Mino. Canet's still leading the race. We're up to 5th place. We're going to go on the outside of Marcos Ramirez. He's going to put us back to 6th place if he can do anything about it. He's trying to get on the inside of Mino now as we go braking for the Honda hairpin. Now on the inside of Ramirez there. Going to hold a tight line. Mino's wide, same with Antonelli. We've got a good run on the pair of them. Getting ready for Siberia there. Cutting nice and tight so that AI can't get on the inside. Ramirez trying to go on the outside on the throttle as early as we can. There's Mino behind Canet in 2nd place there. Masia leads, which again is helping us. Oh, Mino's going to go look up the inside, and Antonelli's at the inside of us. Same with Dalla Porta. Dalla Porta's trying to get the inside of us here. I'm not allowing that to happen. I know that we've probably just lost a position to Ramirez and to Dalla Porta there, actually, there. But I'm just trying to really hold on to the ground we have on Dalla Porta here. Because realistically, this would be a race where I'd expect to lose points, not so much to gain them. So if I can gain them, then that would be great. Antonelli is in front. We've already lost a lot of ground to those front 4. Hopefully Canet does not get his way back to the front of it, but here comes Lorenzo Dalla Porta around the outside of us. He really easy for him there. And here comes his teammate Ramirez. Ramirez coming on the inside. Suzuki with his ultimate straight line speed as per usual. Trying to get around the outside, but he's managed to do it. We've lost the position to all 3 of them. And we've gone wide into the Honda hairpin because we got hit by John McPhee. So that's Boys bit of fun. Channel Chu, he's got his way up the order a bit. He didn't qualify that high up, I don't remember. He's been very good in the races as of late, definitely. Although he did qualify pretty well at Thailand as well. But in terms of the races, he's been doing a lot better. We're in 9th place, which is where we started. We're going to have an attack on McPhee into the Honda hairpin. Up the inside of McPhee, up the inside of Ramirez. To force him a bit wide. On the throttle, McPhee's probably going to get up the inside. Toba's trying to get in the action as well. Looks like Dalla Porta's actually closed up to the front guys again. We're on the inside of McPhee through Siberia. On the exit of Siberia, McPhee has got a better run, unfortunately. But we are in 8th, which is an improvement over our starting position. Only by 1 though. Nice battle with Onshu here. Oh, hang on. Onshu and Binder both coming up the inside. There's the slipstream off of Channel Chu here. We'll try and get him back into turn 1. Wow, that's about the first time slipstream's actually worked, because I'm actually gamed on him. But well, first time slipstream has worked since the Jerez patch, of course. Obviously, before that they actually weren't OP in a straight line, and the bike handled a lot better. But enough about that. The fact that Milestone realised that Moto3 AI were terrible, and nerfed the player and buffed the AI to reverse it. Still, oh wow, that's a good move from Toba. But Onshu is probably a little bit too far away now, so we've probably lost position to Onshu like we did to McPhee. We are really falling through the order here, and it looks like Cannock's going to win, so Cannock's probably going to take the lead of the championship here. Ramirez is going for it at the last corner. He's going to beat me to the line, isn't it? Yep. I'll have an Arbolino do it as well. 10th place. Yeah, that was not a good one.
While we wait for the cameras to take us to Parc Ferme to meet the stars of the race, let's take a quick look at the Moto3 class final ranking.
Yes, Yalma. Yes, he won the race. That actually really helped me out. Yeah, thank you, Messiah. Thank you so much, my man. Oh, he has really helped me there. Because that 5 points could be crucial, but Canna ended up 2nd in the end then. 3rd for Mino, 4th for Brantelli, 5th for Dalla Porta, so not a good race for Dalla Porta either there. 6th for Suzuki, 7th for Onshu, 8th for McPhee, 9th for Ramirez, and 10th for myself there. We just got beat by Ramirez at the end. Not a lot I could do. There's literally nothing I could do in that race. If you look, my fastest lap was a 39.4, which I think is about what I did in qualifying. I did do it actually on the medium, didn't I? So actually maybe the medium was a little bit of a better tyre at this circuit. Perhaps I have to take that into account. But yeah, it was stressful. Really, I was just pushing so hard the whole race. There's not a lot I could do. The AI was so fast in the last sector, but I could beat them everywhere else, which is just annoying. And the Southern Loop as well. I don't know how they hold such a tight line. It's I don't know. But anyway, moving on to the Riders' Championship. We still lead the championship there. Yeah, pretty solidly ahead of Dalla Porta actually. 14 points with 2 to go isn't too bad. We could really, I mean realistically, if he comes 4th or lower and I win the next race, I can mathematically rule Dalla Porta out of the championship at the next round. And if Cannock falls off and I win, I can mathematically rule him out of the next round as well. But I don't see either of those really happening. But yeah, we still lead by 4 points ahead of Cannock in 2nd there. 3rd for Dalla Porta, 14 behind. Messiah now moves up to 4th, 33 points behind. Unfortunately, I think he's probably just going to be out of the hunt really. He's not going to gain 33 points in the next 2 races on Cannock as well as me. Obviously he could probably gain it on me, but Cannock and Dalla Porta probably not. Antonelli moves down to 5th place in the championship there. 6th for Mino, 7th for Ramirez, 8th for Suzuki. Toba moves down to 9th after he crashed on the last lap I think. And 10th for Darren Binder. So we move on to the Teams Championship. Leopard Racing do lose the lead, and by quite a way actually. Big swing in the championship there. 19 points ahead of Leopard Racing in 2nd place. 658 Quadricourse stay in 3rd place. 4th for Common Languagini Moto3 still, which is us obviously, and 5th for Storgard and Max Racing Team. So let's head into the garage where the team are going to be very, very disappointed, and then after that into the career hub, and then we can go on to the next race, which is Malaysia.
Considering how today's race went, a little disappointment is more than understandable. The rider and mechanics are going to be talking long into the night so that this team can have better results next time out.
So in the end then, the same cutscene we have been seeing quite a bit recently, the team not being not really being very thrilled with my performances as of late, but I'm getting the most I can out of the bike. The AI are just so powerful on the straights, it's unbelievable. It's where they gain all the lap time. We're now not even the team leader anymore, so that's actually gone pretty bad. We've gained 1,352 points, we failed both objectives once again. Yeah, so we are in a bit of trouble here. We are getting, you know, we were, you know, I think probably an episode ago we were at the, you know, full contract status. So unfortunately we're not the team leader anymore there. So let's have a look at the news of the MotoGP world. World champion Marquez is the new king of MotoGP. An entire country celebrates as Marquez mania takes hold. Moto2 and Moto3. Joy for Marquez. He wins the Moto2 race like a champion. In Moto3, Masia prevails over Canet and Mino. So basically, you know, both Marquezes have won once again. I think that happened in the last race as well. So pretty realistic to real life actually at the minute. Marquez domination in both categories, and fair play to the pair of them. They're both doing pretty well. A word from our stars in Moto3. Masia, winning today, it was fantastic, but we never let the pressure ease off. We're already preparing for the next race, and I'm sure Biker is doing the same thing. Oh, I am. I really am preparing for the next race. Malaysia. It's always been my favourite, you know, my favourite track. So I really want to win this race, and I need to for the championship as well. So we've got to hope. We've got a 4-point lead over Aaron Canet. So let's hope he has a bad race and we have a good one. Try and turn the tides a bit. I'd like to have a nice advantage going into Valencia. I don't have to be worried about my performance in Valencia massively, because it could be very weak. It could be good. Think about the straights. There's not a lot of them, although they're out of some slow corners and they seem to be very good out of the slow ones. I guess it's because like you've got low speed, so when their speed bonus sort of kicks in, they zoom past. There's also 2 straights back to back, which is bad. Yeah, so it's not looking good. Not looking that great for Valencia. There's quite a few straights at Malaysia as well, but I think we can probably make it up to the corners. I heard that they're not great at Malaysia as well. So without further ado, head into Q1 at Malaysia. So then we are in the garage now for Q1. We head straight onto track. I'm just going to push it. I love this track, so I really, like I said, I really hope we can get a good result here. Sorry, but I was just trying to warm up the tyres a little bit there. And they're a little bit too cold. Look, if you look at only 91 on the front, so braking for turmoil is going to be very dodgy. Saki staying out of the way, luckily, although he's probably going to cut back on the inside and the AI. Oh, I nearly lost the front. Front tyre and the rear tyre, both a bit too cold for the minute, unfortunately. I've broken a little bit too early for the hairpin there, but not too bad. Sorry if I was a bit quiet on that, well I was pretty quiet, sorry about that, but I just wanted to make sure it was a good one. So 2:17.5, I hope that's enough to get us through, so I'll probably fast forward a little bit through and see where that puts us for the time being. So at the end of the session then, that was plenty good enough for first position, 6/10 of a second head of Raul Fernandez in second place, Dennis Fodger third, and Jaco Keinfeld fourth. So we managed to get through to Q2, so now without further ado, let's head into Q2 and try and take that pole position. So we're into the garage now for Q2. Let's stick on another set of soft and try and just go for one more lap again. Hopefully it is a good one. We may actually wasn't too bad of a lap. I would have shown it, I think, wouldn't I? So yeah, it wasn't too bad. Didn't make too many mistakes or anything like that. Like I said, obviously I said at the time I might have broke a bit too early for the hairpin, but yes, I probably would have liked to have carried more speed into the hairpin, but I actually did run wide, so probably should have broke a little bit earlier, if anything, rather than later, having to slow the bike down a bit more. So yeah, wasn't too bad of a lap, so I hope that the AI aren't like a second quicker like they were in the other one. Obviously, you know, Australia, the AI in Q2 were about a second quicker than the AI in Q1, so hopefully it's not quite like that, because we're still not going to be quick enough for pole then. But we should be a bit more on the ball anyway here, even if we're not on pole, but I hope we are. I really hope we are. Unfortunately, I didn't listen to my own advice and I went wide at the hairpin, so the lap time is a little bit worse there, 17.9, so I probably do need to go for another lap. So, yeah, not ideal at all. The AI had a lot of pace, it really did. I mean, look at those front AI. 16.9, and then Toba in 6th place has done a 17.4. He's not even close to like the others, and they're all not even 2/10 apart. So it's a bit weird. Yeah, just a bit. Perhaps there's some kind of mechanic, like where like the guy in second in the championship is OP, because Aaron Canet, since he stuck second, has been amazing. Dallaport has not been so good. But yeah, Dallaport 5th there, Canet on pole, Macias 2nd, Mino 3rd, 4th for Antonelli, 5th for Dallaport, 6th for Toba, 7th for McPhee, 8th for Vietti, 9th for Toba, Arbolino, 10th for Rodrigo. So we've been out-qualified by our teammate, because we're in 11th position. It's not good at all. I thought we were going to be more on the pace here, apparently not. Is a 16.8 even possible, really? No, it's not really. I mean, it probably is, but not for me. It's not. Yeah, I don't really know. I don't know what to do in this. I'm just gonna have to put my heart into it and just go for it in this race. But I think the championship is probably about gone at this point. We are still leading, of course, but we've got 2 more races and we've got a tiny lead. So it's a bit unfortunate there. But you know, if Milestone wants to make their AI too fast on the straights, then they can do that if they want to. Moto2 is probably going to be better anyway, so that you don't gain so much on the straight. And MotoGP probably unaffected, so you're probably just make up all your time in the corners. But anyway, enough moaning about that. Let's head into the race, and we've got to try and we got to beat Canet and Dallaport. There's no, if we don't beat them, that's it. It's game over.
Here we are live from the Moto3 class starting grid, where riders and engineers are talking over the last few details before the race.
So yeah, we don't really have the pace I thought we were going to have in this one. That's for sure, and yeah, it's gonna be tricky to get anywhere. We're a P11, I think, on the grid, right? So, oh yeah, I want a soft front actually, and then in terms of the rear, I want a medium rear. Although even the soft front starts to go off by the end of the race in this one. Obviously, it's only 4 laps, but the tyre is absolutely destroyed after like 1, so it's pretty, you know. It's pretty bad. It's not good at all. We are in a really tricky situation here. We're starting down the order. You know, we've got pretty bad tyre wear, and our rivals on the front row. So we're absolutely screwed. This is a track which I thought we'd actually come out and maybe win. It's just not turned out that way, unfortunately. So you know, we just have to start the race. We have to try and go in with a happy mindset. So, yeah. Without further ado, we'll start the race. But yeah, we're not going to do very well here, I don't think.
The Sepang track is ready to welcome this latest edition of the Malaysian Grand Prix. Just a few moments to go until the riders battle away on track.
So then, both the best of Capital bikes on the front row, alongside Canet. So pretty good performance for them. We've got to try and catch those guys. It's not going to happen, I can tell you that now. We have absolutely no pace here, as per usual. They're all weaving over to the left, which doesn't cost them any time, weirdly enough. Suzuki off to his fantastic start again. He's trying to pass my teammate Rodriguez to go down towards turn 1. I'm going to try and steam in with some heavy braking skills. Someone's on the outside there. I think it might be Dalla Porta being sat up by Mino on the outside, trying to squeeze our way through. We're up into 9th, so that's where we started. So we're back to where we started. And we're in front of our teammate now, so that's pretty decent, although it's still not good, is it? I think that's Dalla Porta being hung out to dry on the outside there, which is helpful. If I could get that far up, it would be pretty good, but I don't think I will. Whoa. Yeah, it got in a bit hot. We have to kind of rejoin the circuit. I think we might have actually have a October there off the circuit, but yeah, I'm not too bothered about that kind of thing. I'm not gonna lie. Game doesn't penalise me for it. I just kind of made a genuine mistake and lost the rear. Toba's not even near us anymore, so can't get the place back to him. Dalla Porta is up ahead now. Antonelli as well. Go on, Antonelli. Go up his inside. Go on. Go on, lad. Oh, Binder at the inside of us, though. That's not what I wanted at all. Didn't need Darren Binder gone at the inside of us. Braking for the hairpin. Late as we can at the inside of Dalla Porta. Oh, that was a massive dive. That's unbelievable. We got past him. I mean, we had a lot of contact with him there. So Canet is ideally the one I don't want to have to beat at Valencia, but it's not going to happen. We are up to 6th, which is an improvement off our starting position. I'll say that much. It's pretty good. Hopefully we can have a bit of a dive into turn 1, get past some people. We go into turn 1. Oh, we're going to go into the side of Antonelli, I think. We've really took him wide. That's probably going to allow Dalla Porta to come on the inside. Going back on the throttle. I've actually kept it, but Dalla Porta got the inside of Antonelli. Unfortunately, we lost position to Antonelli there. Oh, contact Dalla Porta. I didn't expect. Well, I kind of did expect it to come on the inside, but I didn't see him, so I was like, okay, he must have not. But then he did. So we've lost touch to the leaders, although my pace has been not too bad. Dalla Porta's at the inside of us. Oh, that was fair play. Fair play, Lorenzo. That was a pretty good move, but I'll definitely be coming back at you. That's for sure. Into the slow corners. If I can't beat Canet, I may as well beat Dalla Porta. Second in the championship is better than third. That didn't really go very well for me. Didn't mean to make contact with him, it kind of messed me up. To the hairpin again. The inside we go of him. He has to get. Oh yes, the power of the bike and the low speed is not good. Our last one. I think the 7th is probably safe now. As we come up towards the line. It was 7th place in Malaysia, not really what I expected at all. Bit of a disappointment, to be honest. So Mino won ahead of Marcos Ramirez in 2nd, so fair play to the two of them. They did a good job for me there. Canet 3rd, Masia 4th, 5th for Antonelli, 6th for Dalla Porta, and 7th for myself, 8th for Arbolino, 9th for McPhee, and who came 10th? Darren Binder. So compared to qualifying, I could say the race was a success. We gained a few positions despite not having a rocky start. We had a good battle with Dalla Porta. Unfortunately, in the end, the tyres didn't quite have it to give it him back, but I did go for the dive. I mean, you couldn't exactly blame me. I went for it. Not a lot more I could do. So if we go on to the championship standings now, what are they looking like? I've lost the lead to Canet, but only by 3 points. So it's not totally over, but it's not great because I don't think I'm going to be able to beat him. But it's possible. The only good thing I can see is, right, Dalla Porta is 13 points behind me, so I can pretty safely finish behind him without too much of a worry. It's just Canet I have to beat, so I can do anything. I can do everything to beat Canet. So like, let's say if Dalla Porta's like in 1st and Canet's in 2nd, I can dive Canet, maybe slow us down and stop us from beating Dalla Porta, but I can beat Canet and bring it home and get the championship. So, you know, it's an interesting dynamic there. So we're 3rd for Dalla Porta, 4th for Masia, 5th for Antonelli, 6th for Mino, 7th for Ramirez, 8th for Suzuki, 9th for Toba, and 10th for Darren Binder there in the championship. Moving on to the team's championship, Best Capital to Dubai extend their lead ahead of Leopard Racing in second there. Third for 58 Squadron Corsa still. Fourth for Common Langrosini Moto3, which is us, and fifth for Stelgarda Max Racing Team. So let's head to the garage and the career of the team. Again, are not going to be happy, but they've been set objectives I can't meet. I'm sorry, but that's just how it is.
It's definitely not the result they were hoping for today, but it's always good to remember that today's errors are the base on which tomorrow's successes are built.
So I'm getting a bit tired of this cutscene now, to be honest. I mean, I know I made the joke about the winning one earlier on in the season, but I am getting tired of this one because we have seen this one a lot this season. It's just a bit unfair to like penalise, like kind of be like, oh, he didn't do very well. Like when in reality, where's my teammate? He's nowhere. How much speed are they are gaining on the straights? Way too much. It's, I don't know. Yeah, obviously I'm making mistakes, which doesn't help. And once the tyres have gone off, they're quicker everywhere. So that's the issue. Like they do have tyre wear this year, just not enough. But I'll stop complaining about the game mechanics now. So this weekend we gained 1,415 total career progression points. So we might be able to get to 80,000 by the end of the season, which should be pretty good there. We've got 79,000 at the minute. But have a look at the news of the MotoGP world. So Marvellous Rossi. At Sepang, he pulls off one of his best performances of the season and wins the race. Dovizioso second and Rins third. Fourth place for Marquez, who seems a bit out of sorts. Moto2 and Moto3. 4 races at the Moto3 finish line. Mino, Ramirez, Canet and Messia. In Moto2, Luti wins. A word from the stars of Moto3. Our correspondent talked to Mino had a few words to say about Biker. Biker may be disappointed, but I'm confident his current battles will eventually lead into victory. Well, fair play, Mino. I didn't think you liked me, but obviously you seem like you're alright. You're like, oh, you know what, this guy's a good battler, even though he rams me every time. So, unfortunately, we have lost the lead of the championship, but that's kind of how the championship works. It's all coming down to this finale, if I can say finale properly, in the next episode. But I hope you did enjoy this video. I hope it wasn't a little bit too all over the place or a little bit too down. I'm always not happy when I don't get a good result. I suppose that's the racer mentality. But yeah, like I said, I hope you did enjoy this video. I hope you enjoyed the rest of your day, and I shall see you in the next one.